Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Debut. Thank you for being here. Oh, it's been so amazing. Thank you so much. The views have been over the top. I am totally thrilled with the comments that I have been receiving. I am so humbled and so extremely happy at all of you and the way that you have been giving back the love that I've been giving to you so long. It's been almost 3 years. Almost 3 years, and we've come a long way. I want to thank each and every one of you for your emails, your love, your kind words, and I cannot stress that enough. I feel as though I've received my Christmas presents already. Seriously, I'm so happy. Thank you, thank you. I would like to say that today is the 15th of November, and as usual, I am running late. This is like, it's past the stage of being silly, and I know it's crazy. So times have been crazy. You know, we've been through such hardship. This year has been really tough with Mars retrograding where it was for months. Like it was, in a difficult spot. The energies just in general, and I'm not going to go into the astrology at the beginning of the readings. I will put a small section, the end part of the video will be the astrology part. For those of you that are interested, can stay on and watch the rest of the video. For those astrology lovers out there, I will speak a little bit about that, but not in the beginning of the video because there's a lot of people that want to watch the tarot. So it's the 15th today, 15th of November 2018, and these readings are love in general for the mid-month to the end of the month, okay, of November. I am going to be doing the extended readings. Instead of uploading them on Vimeo, from now until Christmas, I will be uploading these videos on YouTube. Just so you know, this is me giving back to you. I'm almost at 40,000 subscribers. So thank you so much again. So there's going to be a part 1, part 2. The part 1 will be the divine spread. Okay, with the hidden messages, the divine messages, and the karma dharma messages. I will be taking one card from the Black Moon astrology cards, 1 or 2, all right, for each sign in the first part. And I'm also using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, which I have. It's a new deck, and I'm so happy to use it on these readings, okay, by Ciro Marchetti. Now, all the rest of the cards that I'm using, I will put the list in the description box below. So, in the second part, which is the free second part of your reading, which, as I said, would normally be on Vimeo, you're getting it for free. And before I forget, I would like to wish Sagittarius a happy birthday, even though we're still in the time of Scorpio for a few more days. Happy birthday if it is your birthday, and happy solar return. Happy birthday, dear Sagittarius. It's your turn. The sun is coming into your sign, and you are blessed by Jupiter, your ruler. So this is going to be a very special birthday for you. Again, thank you all for your love and your commitment to my channel. Okay, let's go on to the readings now. And please don't forget to share, to like, subscribe, and comment. That keeps my channel going, and it is very important. All right, so thank you again. Part 1, here we are. Hello Leo, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here. This is your mid-November till end of November 2018 general and love reading. It's the Divine Spread, and as you probably have already noticed, I'm doing the extended reading on YouTube. So there's part 1 and part 2. So the extended reading, which you will see is uploaded as well for free, is my giving to you, my present to you for all the love that you've shown. Okay, so Venus being direct, the moon is still in Pisces. Today's actually the 18th of November. I am running behind. I've nearly completed. It's like been really hard. It's such busy times right now, and I'm really struggling. So thank you for your patience. Let's see what's happening with you. What's happening? Your Karma and Dharma card for November for Leo. And we have the Fool. And the Fool is the sign of Aries. Sorry about the lighting. I know it's a little bit dark, but there's not much I can do about it. Let's take the tarot, and I will be taking a Black Moon astrology card for you as well. Let's see what's going on with your Divine Spread. Okay, one card that fell out is the Ace of Wands, and I remember your November 1st till the 15th was a lovely reading. So let's see. You've got the Ace of Wands here at the base. This is the root of the issue. Leo, Leo, Leo. Let's see what's happening for you. Okay, what's in the hidden position? We've got the Six of Cups. This is what you don't know. Okay, in the recent past, we have the Lovers. And I'm using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Let's see, in the present position, you've got the Hermit. So this is the card of Virgo. Some of you may be on the cusp, very close to the time of Virgo. Let's take your the card crowning your reading as well as your goal. And you've got the Three of Coins. Okay, now the advice position and the action to take is the King of Swords. The outcome card for you, dear Leo, is the Four of Coins. And in the divine position and what's happening planetarily for you, you have the Queen of Wands, which is you. For some of you, it could be another fire sign. It could be an Aries as well. Now, it could be Sun, Moon, Rising. You could be dealing with an Aries person or any other fire sign. So Sagittarius and Leo, just like you are. We've got a few signs here. And I will be, as I said, extending the reading on YouTube this time. So let's see what the Black Moon astrology card is. The message from the astrology cards, right? Okay. One card just fell out. I'm going to take one more. That was a bit quick. So for Leo, what are the messages? More information, please, Spirit Guides and Angels. Okay, this is the card. And I've got for you the fourth house, which is your roots. It's a number 28. And 28 adds up to a 10. Now this is the house of Cancer. Anything to do with your family, your heritage, your home, anything to do with your foundation. Let's see what fell out. And we've got Jupiter, abundance. This is beautiful. Jupiter has just moved into its home sign of Sag. So, dear Leo, you may be dealing with someone who has sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius as well. Okay, because you've got fire here. This could be a Sagittarian person. If this is not you, let's say this is a female here. And I would say that because this is the divine position, this is the power that comes to you. Okay, so if you're taking on this energy, and you are a very powerful sign anyway, but it looks as though you've got the support from the divine. Now, astrologically speaking, it's as though you are being given a big boost, and I would say Jupiter being here and abundance, and it is a number 7, which is the divine. Jupiter is very strong in its home of Sag, and I'll give you an example. With me. My moon is in Leo, and for me personally, Jupiter has moved into my fourth house. Fourth house, which is family, roots, home, parents. Usually it's the mother. So, and there seems to be a theme with pregnancy and childbirth with all the readings at this time. And why I'm saying that, it's because the house of Cancer, Cancer is the crab. Cancer is the child, which needs to be loved and nurtured. So it's the mother child, let's say. Even though I would say it's more like, Cancer would be more like the baby. The child, the young child would be Leo, thinking about our soul's purpose, how it begins, how life starts at Aries, just like the zodiac is. First sign is Aries. Then we go on to Taurus, right, which that's where it takes the form of, that's where it really becomes the natural body. Taurus rules the body. Then we've got Gemini, and the soul starts to, as well as the body, of course. Because when we take our first breath, right, after the conception, okay, the cell starts to multiply and starts to become the living, let's say, the soul gets trapped into a body, and the body starts to form, and we become human beings, right? We become people first, and the soul starts to grow, just like with the body. So Cancer is where it's the child with the mother. So the crab needs to be loved and nurtured. It wants to be comfortable in its foundation, in its home, in its surroundings. Whereas Leo would be the child that plays around, that wants to have fun. Okay, so this is all about the seed that is planted. It's like a brand new life beginning. And we've also got the card of children here, the Six of Cups in the hidden position. Now, at the foundation, which is the root of the issue, is the Ace of Wands. And that's a very fiery, passionate, creative new beginning. And this could be, because it's of fire, it could speak of sexuality, it could speak of having, a sexual relationship, and through fire and passion and coming together, right, we have the outcome, a child. Now, why I'm also mentioning that is that Jupiter is the planet of luck, expansion, and growth. So expansion means growth, becoming bigger. Jupiter is blessing, I would say, your home at this time. Now, you may not have Jupiter in your sign, but you may have Jupiter in, let's say, in Leo. And Leo is all about children, right? Creating a life. So we've got the sign of Cancer. We've got the sign of Sagittarius because of Jupiter. We've also got, in the recent past, we've got the Lovers, which is Gemini. And Gemini is the sign before Cancer, which is the third house in the natural horoscope. So something obviously is happening, something important is happening in your foundation. So we've got the third house, we've got the fourth house, we've got the fifth house, which is your Leo, and we've also got the ninth house, which is the house of Sag. That Jupiter rules the ninth house. So for those of you that are astrology lovers, the ninth house is foreign places and people, higher education. It is speaking your truth. It's taking a journey. It's going on an adventure as well. And it's also the house of philosophy and teacher, teacher, student. All right, so something has begun here. You have been inspired to start something new. Aces are always about beginnings. Now, if I can remember right, your reading was really, really good. So there was a lot of love in your last reading. It was an amazing reading. So here in the hidden position, Six of Cups speaks. Sixes are always about balance. You've got two sixes here. You've got the Six of Cups and you've got the Lovers. Now, the Lovers could be a decision that you're needing to make, but it's also a karmic soulmate relationship. Both these cards, Six of Cups and the Lovers, both cards speak of two people that are on the same page, two people that are meant to be together. Now, the Six of Cups can also speak of children, as I said. So are you going back to your childhood? Could this relationship be from another life? Could someone may have come back from the past, and Venus has just turned direct, but we've still got Mercury. Mercury has gone retrograde about 2 days ago. Not even. A day and a bit ago. So with retrogrades, we know that people come back. Now, something's coming back from the past. Obviously, something which is going to put you in a position where you need to make a head over heart decision. Now, are you dealing with someone? Are you dealing with someone who is cold? Are you dealing with someone who is not open with their heart and with their finances? They're holding back. And you could, if you're in a committed partnership, you've got children together, children are involved. Now, this is one story that we've got here. And you're looking for the answers with the Hermit. Now, because we've got the fourth house and roots, the fourth house is, as I said, family. But Jupiter speaks of abundance. As I was saying, Jupiter is the king of the gods in Greek mythology, and Jupiter would throw lightning bolts. That was one of his powers amongst a lot of other powers that he had. But yes, along with Neptune, which is also called Poseidon, they would throw lightning bolts. Okay, so this seems to be, though, it's a good lightning bolt, just like with Uranus, which is very electrical, which can speak of thunder. Something happens suddenly. It does look like the tower, as you can see. So fate, and I do believe with the nodes that have changed, you were with the North Node in your sign in the last 18 months. You've had the North Node in your sign, and the South Node obviously was opposite in Aquarius. The North Node has actually moved into Cancer. So it looks as though the luck that is left behind for you, I think that with the nodes moving away from your sign and moving into Cancer, I think that that's going to really work well for you. So the North Node is now in Cancer and the South Node is in Capricorn. So you've gone through those trials and tribulations. Okay, now it's a time to to shift your perspective. For everyone, this is obviously to concentrate on growing our family, our foundation, the house of Cancer, and letting go of something to do with career, which is Capricorn. Okay, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Now, Saturn is difficult. As well as Saturn, we've got Pluto in Capricorn. So that's where the South Node is. You're supposed to be letting go of something that was restrictive in your life. You've gone through the lessons. The nodes are all about fate and destiny. So whatever is going on is destined to happen. Now you're supposed to be letting go of something that was difficult in your life, and you're going to transform your life through Pluto. Pluto is death and transformation. So yeah, the Hermit is the card of Virgo, and some of you may have, you may be on the cusp with Virgo. Either that, or either you are looking into your higher self, you're looking into your spirituality, you're looking for information. You are being enlightened by the divine is guiding you. So the Hermit is taking time out, getting a little bit, turning inwards, just like with retrograde planets, looking for the answers. Okay, now the Hermit is number 9. It's the 9th major arcana. And the next card after that would be the Wheel of Fortune, which is the card of Jupiter. So you're one step before the abundance. Now, for some of you, as I said, the luck is going to come. Luck is coming into your home. So you're going to be able to build on that foundation. Luck is coming into your family, into your foundation. And I think that you've put in the hard work already, dear Leo. Look at your goal here. You're at the Three of Pentacles. You are very skilled at what you do. I think that you are being acknowledged for your trade, whatever you do within business. Okay, you're fine-tuning your craft. You've become experienced. Okay, and some of you, this may be affecting your home. You may be, the finances may be coming through where you can stabilize your foundation. Now, others of you may be even looking to buy a home. This is a move. This could be a metaphorical but a literal move as well. This is a brand new journey. You are going on an adventure, but with this card, the Fool, he's not actually leaping forward. He's waiting on one more piece of information before he takes that plunge. Now, the Fool does take risks, but as I can see here, he's ready to jump off that cliff, but he needs one more thing. He's looking straight up at the Hermit. So could it be that you are dealing with another Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising again, waiting for some sort of information? Now, Virgo is the 6th house. It's our routine. It's our health. It's also, Virgo looks at the finer details. So maybe you are looking for some sort of information. Look at that light. You are really concentrating on something here. You're looking for one piece of information before you can either, and this is the position of action to take or your goal, like the advice, also the advice from our higher source. This is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is someone who will speak their truth. The King of Swords is an air sign, so Gemini, more than likely. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is your karmic partner, so could you be dealing with someone who's got strong Aquarius in their chart? You know, you could be taking on the persona of the King of Swords with this card here, with the 4 of Pentacles. So we've got the 3 and then the 4. I feel as though some of you are holding back on opening up and speaking about a success, something successful that you're onto, you're holding back on. Now, if money's coming through for you, through whatever you do, business-wise, career-wise, work-wise, whatever you do, I feel as though you are holding back and not sharing the information with others. Okay, and there is some reason behind that. Why? Look at this here. So if this is your energy, dear Leo, if this is you, even if you're a male, this still could be your energy. So we've got, let's say, Leo Aquarius, for instance, which is very karmic. It's, you know, it's the Leo Aquarius axis. Now, what is Leo all about? Leo is about shining their light. They're very open. They give to the world. They're all about true love. And they love children. They love taking a risk. They love being spontaneous. And they're very driven with fire. I mean, they're a fire sign. They're spontaneous. They will act before they think, let's say. Whereas the King of Swords, if this is an Aquarian, this is someone who uses their intellect and their very intelligent, you know, mind, but they hold back. They don't show their emotions. They don't show what's in their heart. They keep it hidden. So you could be taking on the persona as well of the King of Swords. Now with this 4 of Pentacles, as I said, 3 and then 4, something to do with money, finances, even emotions. Spiritually, you could be closed off for whatever reason, and you don't do things without a reason. No one does. So the holding back would be the result of something that's already happened. Like, it's not in your nature to hold back. So I find that very strange that we've got the outcome as the 4 of Pentacles. Now the 4 of Pentacles, another 4. So speaking of home and family, Now we've got the Lovers and we've got the Four of Coins. So as I said, the Lovers is a decision. It's also a karmic relationship. Now, if you are dealing with someone who is holding back on their emotions, and again, we've got Earth here, so could be air and earth. Earth would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay. It's someone is holding back, as I said. This could be you, or this could be this King of Swords, and if it's not an air sign, then it could be an earth sign, as I said, holding back on their emotions. That could be the information that you're looking for. Now, the Hermit could be even a solicitor, as well as the King of Swords. For those of you that are going through a legal matter, anything to do with business, children, creative projects as well. Maybe if you are beginning something new, a business that you have fine-tuned and that you have been working hard to, like it's already taken off, you're at the 3 here, but you're still fine-tuning and you're hoping to get to the 10, obviously, because we've got the Ace of Wands here. So you may be looking into details. Just, be careful if you are signing any contracts. Okay, if you are going into business with someone else, make sure you look at the finer details. And because what you do through business obviously will affect your 4th house, which is your family and your home. Now, the 4th house is also the mother, and that's why I said we've got mother, children, we've got passion here. I mean, the Ace of Wands could be, it could be, conceiving, through intimacy you get pregnant. And that's why I mentioned with Jupiter expansion and growth, you could be expanding on your family. If there are 2 of you, you might be turning into 3. Okay. So there are a few stories here. I can't wait. I'm going to expand on this reading, dear Leo. But we've got a strong air sign here. Now with this card here, I see this King of Swords. He's got wings, and I've said this to other signs. This looks like someone who is ready to take flight. So if this is, and I know that, with tarot there are many messages that you can read, there's many layers here. So if this is you taking off, if this is your energy, as I said, you may not be speaking about what success has come to you. And, whatever you are brainstorming is ready. It's ready to take off. But you're holding back and not speaking about it. Maybe it's not the right time. Okay, you're not ready to share it with the world, I would say. All right. Okay, dear Leo, I will leave you with this. I will continue this reading on part 2. For those of you who want to join me there, you will get a lot more information. We've got a lot more cards. Someone actually said that, I'm reading the comments as I'm doing these readings, and most people are loving them, but I did get one comment which said that it's like quite confusing. So if this is not your reading, if nothing resonated, please go and watch your moon and rising as well. Okay, and if it did not resonate, maybe this is not the reading for you. But always know that with the second part of the reading, usually they take a turn, changes come through, more cards, lots more cards. So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing, as well as commenting, sending you lots of love. Stay on for the astrology part of the reading if you'd like to hear about what's going on in the sky. All right, thank you, dear Leo. Blessings to you. Bye-bye. Okay, for you astrology lovers, a little bit on that. Okay, so November 15th, we've actually got Mars that enters into Pisces. Wow, interesting, eh? After so long that Mars has been in Aquarius, like, I don't know, for 4 or 5 months. And that's incredible. Finally, the Martian, which is full of fire and passion and, the driving force. It's our will, it's our energy. It actually moves into Pisces, Mars does, which Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? So Aries, Mars is nearly at home. When it moves into Aries, it will be in its home sign. So Mars has been through a lot of difficulty through Aquarius because it went through, it was on the South Node. It went through difficult squares with Uranus. It was at a very, very difficult time in its transit. And it's happy because it's happier than being in Aquarius because, Aquarius is an air sign. So fire and air do mean explosion, Look at the worldly news. Look at what's happened in the past 4 or 5 months. Look at your own personal life. Like on the collective front, it's been really hard for people. As well as that, on our own lives, in our own lives, it's been like really, really tough. It's like there's been a lot of trouble, a lot of changes happening. People have had like one day good, the next day it's like downhill. I see it in, people that are around me in their lives. Same with me. I mean, we're all going through the same energies. So Mars, as I said, moving into Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, so Mars slows down there. It's like putting something that's on fire, let's say a torch, put it in water. It's like putting out the fire. It's difficult to move through because Pisces is murky. It's like watery, it's unclear. It's very loving, of course. Pisces has got a lot of love to give. It's the divine love. But Mars being there, it's like its energy is slowed down. It's like taking a break. It's as though it's taken drugs. Mars has taken drugs. It's drugged out and it's like going with the flow. It's lost its energy though. Think about it. What else? Okay. Let's see what's next. We've got Venus direct on the 16th of November. Don't forget, she's still in her shadow period. Even though it's all systems go, she's actually moving over the degrees. She's at 25 degrees, right? When she goes direct. She's at 25 degrees and she's still in Libra, which is her own home. So she's very happy there. She's very happy to move direct too. So from 25 degrees, she will be slowly and not long to go before she moves into into Scorpio, and that will be in 2.5 weeks. So yeah, once she gets to the 10 degrees of Scorpio, that will be when her shadow period ends. So it is all systems go, but she's still sort of it's as though she's working on the last details of, we're working on the last details of what we perceive as, you know, something that is adorable, beautiful, something that we love, anything that is of value to us, anything to do with love and money, and our value system. So very positive that she's moving direct. It's great. And being in Libra, it's the house of partnership. So we are still talking about finding our balance. We're hoping to find our balance. We're going to be able to be, just like Libra, trying to find the balance and being there for others, because Libra is other people. It's the house of partnership, right? Whether it's family, business, or romance. Now, on the same day, like tomorrow, Mercury goes retrograde. So it's like Venus finishes, Mercury begins. So we're not at the end of the retrograde season. Now, Mercury is not such a tragic retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde 3 or 4 times every year. It's just that Mercury deals with communications, right? Anything to do with communicating. Third house matters, which is siblings, neighbors, friends, being in a small group, anything to do with study as well. So anything electronic, anything that is driven, anything that you sit in and you drive it, be careful. There may be breakdowns. Be careful with looking at the details. You need to look over details again and again with Mercury retrograde, because if you are, let's say, traveling, you've got, you know, your flight, your itinerary, look over the details, because there is a big chance that there is some sort of a mistake. There could be delays, there could be cancellations, what have you. Now, Mercury is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is it's the house of higher education. Mercury is ruled by the house opposite Sag, which is Gemini, right? So little Mercury being in huge Gemini, because in huge Sagittarius, Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter, is grand. It's big. It's enormous, you know. So little Mercury in there moving retrograde is going to be going through some difficult aspects with Neptune at the moment. Actually, in the next week, we've got a difficult square between Mercury and Neptune, and that speaks of confusion. So, yeah, be careful. Be careful with being confused. Neptune is in Pisces. It's very strong, even though it's retrograde, and we're wearing rose-colored glasses. I already feel the confusion the past couple of days, so the next week, still the same. Be careful with your details. Be careful with communications and not misunderstanding. And try and stay alert. Keep that left brain working. Do not go into disillusion and illusions with Neptune in Pisces can happen. Now, on the 22nd of November, the sun will enter Sagittarius. What a beautiful time. Happy birthday, Sagittarius, right? Happy, happy birthday. I was so happy to give you the best reading in the whole world. So happy to do that for you. So, the sun in Sagittarius, there's a lot of optimism. My God. There is a lot of clarity. What is the sun? The sun is the ruler of Leo. It's, as I said before, it's grand. And when the sun meets up with Jupiter, which won't be long, let me see. Okay, so in 1.6 weeks, so in about 10 days, the sun is conjunct Jupiter in Sagittarius. My God, wishes coming true. Anything to do with Sagittarius, which is foreign places, foreign cultures, higher education, spirituality, truth, freedom, exploration, exploring, going on that adventure. It's a time to go on an adventure. It's a time to travel. Now, with Mercury retrograde, know that it only lasts for about 3 weeks. So it does not take long. It's actually like 3 weeks, but then it will be in shadow just for a bit. Let's say, I will tell you when it will be going direct. So in 3 weeks, which will be December the 7th, Mercury will be going direct. Yeah. So things will be back to normal. And that's fantastic. So communications, everything will come back to normal. Venus will be out of its shadow by then. It will be in Scorpio. So still deep Scorpio, hidden stuff. But that is still death and transformation, but in a very positive way, because Venus will be direct. So anything to do with intimacy as well. Very, Scorpios rules the sexual organs. This is like sex on fire. Sex on leg, how do we say it? Sex on legs, yeah. So now, 23rd of November, which is, 23rd is like 11. If you break it down, it's a number 11. Again, it's in the 11th month of the 11th year. So I'm saying that the full moon in Gemini, at the beginning of Gemini, is going to be amazing. Now, Gemini is all about, it's ruled by Mercury. Gemini is an air sign, so it's all about our intellect. It's all about communication, writing, reading, studying, siblings, neighbors, education, as well as short distance travel. Full moon is a completion, right? It's clarity. It's like an illumination. So with completions come new beginnings, correct? So it's at 0 degrees and 52 of Gemini, which is, it's actually on the cusp with Taurus. Now, the last full moon was in Taurus. Taurus is all about our values, what is near and dear to us, what we value, it's all about the comforts in our life. Taurus is it's earth. So it's all about putting in that hard work, because it's the house of earned income. So working hard towards things that make you feel comfortable, right? So being right on the cusp of Taurus Gemini, it's all about the things that I just mentioned, like, anything to do with communication, also publicity, like publishing a book, anything that's been written. I think that people are going to look at this time as very important, because, as I said, Gemini is logic. Gemini is the left brain. It's a very intellectual sign. So our intellect will be very, very important at this time. And anything that deals with that left brain, logic, anything to do with logic. All right, 24th of November, Neptune goes direct. So we've got so many things happening. Neptune direct, those rose-colored glasses are coming off. Neptune is in Pisces. It's at 13 degrees, almost 14 degrees of Pisces. So moving direct, Pisces is the divine love. Pisces is the completion of a cycle. It's the last sign of the zodiac. Now, Pisces is also a water sign. So, as I said, with Neptune moving direct, even though Pisces is also, it's a very dark house. It's the occult. It's things that are hidden. The positive thing with Neptune moving direct is that those glasses will come off. We will be able to see through the veil. So anything that has been disillusioning for you, if you've been stuck in an illusion, if you've been drugging yourself out because the energies have been so difficult. It's actually time to cut down on those drugs, see things clearly, right? And just go with the flow, because Pisces is it's, as I said, it's the divine love. It's giving everything to the world. And I think that it is time for, with Neptune moving direct and in its own home sign, we've got Jupiter direct in its home sign. We've got Venus at that stage, obviously direct in its home sign still. This is like incredible. It really is. Now, the moon, while I'm doing this, is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the rebel. The moon is our emotions. So not being so emotional, I would say, because Aquarius is like, they break down, they rebel against things that don't work for them, right? So with the moon moving through Aquarius, it's like detaching from our emotions. It's like using, again, our intellect, because all air signs are intellectual, more than what our heart space is. So it's detaching from anything that is difficult emotionally. Now, the moon is also home. It's our mother as well. So this is like detaching, like cutting that umbilical cord, I would say, and breaking free from anything that has been tying you, holding you hostage to some sort of an obligation. Could be a family obligation, could be anything to do with home, your roots, anything like that. So what have I not mentioned? So I can finish the astrology part of this reading. Okay, well, Pluto is direct in Capricorn at 19 degrees. Saturn is at 6 degrees. It's starting to get closer and closer to Pluto. Saturn, of course, is very strong. Yeah, I didn't mention that. Saturn is in its own home sign of Capricorn, very, very strong. And with the nodes having shifted into Cancer, Capricorn, Cancer is the north node, south node is in Capricorn. It's a very Capricornian time for the next year and a half. Now, Cancer is the home, the family, the roots, the mother. Capricorn is our status in the world. It's being the authority. It's putting in that hard work, standing strong, becoming the elder. So that's the axis we will be working through. This is our soul's purpose for the next 18 months. Anything to do with career, which is Capricorn, and home, which is Cancer. So I think I will leave it at that. When I have time, I will upload more astrology on Vimeo. I will let you know about it. I'm really struggling with time at the moment. The only thing that I did not mention is that the sun is still at 22 degrees of Scorpio. It's finishing up its cycle in Scorpio, and it will be moving into Sag, right, very soon, as well as Chiron at 28 degrees of Pisces. It's still in its retrograde mode. So Chiron is the wounded healer. It's going back, trying to find a way to heal and end a chapter of anything to do with past life wounds, childhood wounds, and Chiron being the wounded healer. Some of us are licking our wounds, trying to heal them, and in the process we are becoming the healers. Now, when Chiron moves back into Aries, this is a sign of the initiation. This is a brand new sign, a brand new cycle. And so we will be instigating healing, okay, healing through crisis, healing and becoming the warrior, pushing the energies through to bring on that healing or to become that healer. Did I mention Uranus at 29 degrees of Aries? Again, very explosive. Okay, very, very explosive. Now, one last thing that I wanted to say was that Mars, which will be moving into Pisces, Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? And Uranus being in Aries, it's like Uranus rules Aquarius. So it's funny, you know, having Mars in Aquarius at the last degrees. It's like it's as though they've swapped positions. So instead of Mars being where Uranus is where Mars would be, and so on and so forth. So this is a very interesting time because there is a sextile between the two, all right? And this is very interesting because it's very important when this happens. All right, so I think I will leave you at that. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Sending you many wishes and many blessings. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye.